December 29th, 9:43 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5. Hey everyone, it's Calvin, also known as Romer, and this is Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All. It's really hard to say that, but I got through it. It took me 3 tries, but here we are. We're about to do a trial. Not exactly ready for this, but we'll try our best to get through this. It is kind of harder now that I'm playing it in shorter bursts and every week instead of all the time. But I think we can do this. It's a memorable case. I remember everything about it, mostly everything about it. I will remember as we're going through the case. Let's talk to Max anyway. Good morning, Max. Of course he's feeling a little bit weird. Max? Milk. What? If I don't have a glass of milk before I go on stage, I just can't function, sweetie. So he's thinking about this as a performance. Which might not be the worst thing in the world to think of it as. In some ways. Don't worry, there won't be a stage. All you have to do is sit down. I guess. Nick. Max is really nervous. That's understandable. Hey, my sweeties. What? You don't think I should fly, do you? Fly into the court? Yeah, try it. You gotta make a good first impression. When I enter the room, maybe I should fly in and warm up the crowd a little. No. We can't be having you flying around the courtroom. It just wouldn't be right. Imagine if he hit someone. Don't worry, Max. Just do what Nick says and everything will be okay. Oh, sweetie. What is it this time, Max? Why don't you try flying into the courtroom? What? I can see it now. The dashing young lawyer flying fabulously in from above. One glimpse of that and everyone in the room will be on your side. I should be disagreeing, but there's something about it that makes me want to try it. Max, really, no one needs to fly today. Nick, what's with that look in your eyes? I like the sight. Yeah, me too. Dashing young lawyer. That's one thing I love about Phoenix is that he's a sucker for compliments. Here we go. December 29th, 10 a.m. District Court. Courtroom number 2. I love when the audience is talking, or the people in the audience are talking, right at the start. Oh god. Oh lord, here comes Von Karma. Your Honor, get on with it. Yeah, of course, Von Karma. Oh, sorry, I just realized that the defendant's name is Billy Bob Johns. So? Well, isn't the defendant also known as Maximilian Galactica? Yes, Your Honor, he does often go by that name. My grandchild is a huge fan of his. I think everyone here wouldn't mind if I called the defendant Maximilian Galactica. It sounds more friendly. I wonder if that is to our advantage. It is. It definitely is. Miss Von Karma, your opening statement, if you please. I hope you didn't bother thinking you'd win this one, Mr. Phoenix Wright. That spirit channeling trial was a sham. I refuse to acknowledge its legitimacy. Well, that's one way. You can move the goalposts all you want, Von Karma. It did not count. Do you hear me? She must still be upset about what happened last time. You have no chance. Zero. Zilch. Nada. I'm not losing this case. Why, you ask? Because it is not in the nature of Von Karma to lose anything. To lose at anything. I guess being born with the name Von Karma is a free pass to be arrogant and annoying. Watch and learn, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'll show you the textbook procedure for proving how absolutely guilty you are. Me? Guilty? What are you talking about? It will be my ultimate revenge. But it's not like it'll bring her dad back. Their opening statement, complete. Now, let's hurry and wrap up this waste of time. Very well, you may call your first witness, Miss Von Karma. Of course, it's Detective Dick comes. You gotta get him up first. Alright, Detective. Sorry to keep you from work, as I'm sure you need every penny you can earn, Detective. Don't mention it. It's no trouble at all. I've been looking forward to this. Very well. I would like to begin by shedding light on the events in question. At your service, sir. Alright, Detective. You may proceed with your testimony. Details of the events. The night of the crime, snow was falling until 9:40 p.m., making it extremely cold out. All of the circus performers were gathered in the big top to practice their routines. The practice session broke up around 10 p.m. The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15 p.m. The victim was found bent over a wooden box, dead as a doornail. The cause of death was blunt force trauma that snapped at the vertebrae in his neck. Okay, I'm gonna press every statement there. There wasn't something there that I didn't think was important. I see, he was beaten to death. Here's the autopsy report for the victim. The court accepts this into evidence. Autopsy report added to the court record. A blunt object. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. I will. Yes, Your Honor. Details of the events. The night of the crime, snow was falling until 9:40 p.m., making it extremely cold outside. All of the circus performers were gathered in the big top to practice their routines. Wait 1 second. I forgot to press the statements. I was just reading it again like a numpty. Let's press. Let me ask you about the snow. It was nearly a blizzard up until the time of the crime. Did it pile up? It wasn't such a big deal. Maybe about 1.5 inches was on the ground. The snow froze in place and stayed on the ground until the next day. The snow. Let me see. There's gotta be more to this. What's the matter, Nick? I need to take a look at the court record. Mr. Gumshoe, what were the members of the circus doing at the night of the crime? All the circus performers were gathered in the big top to practice their routines. The practice session broke up around 10 p.m. We're gonna press this as well. When you say all the circus performers, who do you mean? Exactly, we need to know who, where they all were at all times. Everyone but the dancers and the staff were there. Regina the animal tamer, Mo the clown, Ben the ventriloquist, and of course the defendant, Maximilian Galactica, and his victim, the ringmaster. Oh, I almost forgot. Regent the tiger was there as well. Out of curiosity, what about the circus monkey? When I was investigating yesterday, he happened to snatch my wristwatch. Detective, you're welcome to file a police report after this proceedings. The practice session broke around 10 p.m. Let's press this as well. After the practice was over, where did everyone head off to? Regina was playing with the Regent while Mo went back to his room, tired from work. Ben the ventriloquist went to the front gate and absorbed in his own world. The ringmaster Max went out to the ringmaster's room to talk privately. Talk privately, huh? That's awfully suspicious. Well, we know why they went off to talk privately. You wouldn't happen to know what they were talking about, would you? It seems they were negotiating Max's salary. Actually, Max was asking for Regina's hand in marriage. Yep. The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15 p.m. Let's press this as well. I'd like you to be a bit more specific about the events at 10:15 p.m. Oh, okay, not a problem, pal. We got a witness that told us how the whole thing went down. This is totally meaningless. Time to move on. Alright, we'll just have to revisit that testimony later. It's bullshit again. The last time she failed completely. Not only failed, but was proven to have lied, kept evidence from the court, and now the judge is just like, yeah, go ahead, do the same shit you did last time. Go ahead, Von Karma. The victim was found bent over a wooden box that is a doornail. I'm pressing this as well. I don't care, Von Karma. Keep calling me stupid. I'm pressing every statement. A wooden box. That's right. The victim must have been carrying the wooden box when he was killed. Carrying the box, huh? It was a rather strange box, Your Honor. What do you mean? Well, it was much heavier than it looked, not to mention it was locked. Locked, you say? Wooden box added to the court record. This may be my only chance, so I might as well ask some questions. The contents, yeah. Do you mind telling us what was inside the box? Well, when we found the box, it was locked tighter than Fort Knox. So we took it back to the station and cracked it open. All that was inside was this little bottle. Bottle? What is that, detective? Yeah, what? It looks like powder? Some type of powder? Exactly what it looks like, Your Honor. It's a condiment bottle. Oh, okay. What's inside the bottle? It's filled with pepper. It's filled with pepper. Pepper? Why in the world was it locked in a big box? There was only one little bottle in that huge box. I wonder if that has some sort of special meaning. That's so strange. The cause of death was blunt force trauma that snapped a vertebrae in his neck. Yeah, we're gonna press that last statement. I'm sorry, I messed up that statement there. So 1, 2, where is it now? This one, isn't it? Yeah. According to the autopsy report, the murder weapon was a blunt object, correct? Hi everyone, and I'm gonna have to ask for some forgiveness here. The first 10 minutes of this video were filmed about a week ago, but then something came up and I had to go away from it. Then of course the community video came up that I had to do as well, so I wasn't able to finish this video this week. So it has been around 3 weeks almost, I would say, since the last Phoenix Wright video, and that's just not right with an R, not a W. I really want to finish this game, and it's more than just the fact that I spent money on this game, because I feel like other than that, this has been a really cool story, a really cool journey to go through, and I don't want to end it on a sour note. We're going to start getting back into the swing of things now, 2 episodes every single week, very longer ones than I would usually do. Let's get into this. And also, I probably forgot a few things. If I forget a few things, I'm sorry. You've done your homework, pal, and you haven't found this murder weapon, have you? The police are searching for it as we speak. My theory is that it's something the perpetrator ran off with. You would think so, especially since you didn't find it on the scene. No, I bet he made it disappear with magic. Of course, Gumshoe says this. Well, I think the last thing I did is I pressed every single comment. Well, I think we have a good feel for the details of the event now. I guess that's all we're going to get out of the Gumshoe in this case. You mean all we're going to get out of him is that little bottle of pepper? Now that we have wrapped up with the detective, I'd like to call my next witness. Who is your next witness? I'm not even off the stand yet. Obviously, but that's due to you being slow and unable to take a hint. I don't know, but wrapped up is such a mean sound to it. I'm a sensitive guy. We do know Gumshoe is a very sensitive guy, also a very good police officer when he wants to be. Thank you very much, Defective Gumshoe. That fits. You may step down. Miss Von Karma, call your next witness. I'd like to call Mr. Benjamin... What? Are you fucking joking me? She must be talking about Ben the ventriloquist. I wonder if Trilo will show up on the stand as well. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. Of course he will! This shouldn't be allowed! Please state your name and occupation for the record. My full name is Triloquist. I'm employed as an operatic tenor. Excuse me? The witness called to the stand was one Mr. Benjamin Woodnam, ventriloquist. That robe must be cutting off your circulation. I said that I was a singer. Maybe you don't believe me. Fine. I'll grace you with a song. Me. This dummy is too much. The world of law. Exciting and daring. Guilt or innocence. Decide by a judge dressed up like a woman. It's not even funny. What do you think? It had a good rhythm. It didn't. It did not. It's just the lyrics. They leave something to be desired, so to speak. They suck. Trilo, you know better than to insult a judge. Yeah, he'd be thrown out right away. Shut up. Just look at your nose. You would think that you'd have the sense to fix it. Ah, come on. Even Trilo's bad to poor Ben. It's so ugly. I just want to punch you in the face on the off chance the swelling would help. You know, one second, guys. I'm sorry. I'm seeing that this. Oh God, someone's playing Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm seeing if this will help, because for some reason, I can read in every other game. For some reason, I can't with these fucking text boxes. You know that your nose is the reason you'll never be an A-list star. Celebrities must really enjoy saying everything that flashes into their minds. What's going on here? Order, order, I demand to know who the witness is. Don't worry about me. I'll let Trilo handle this. I'm not worried about you one bit. I'm worried about you won't get anywhere trying to figure out this witness. Now let's proceed. So now we have Trilo. Once practice was over, I left the tent with the clown. Once we got into the lodging house, I ditched him and went back to the plaza entrance. That's when I saw Max heading towards the scene of the crime. He was the only one heading that way. How could that punk not be the killer? Then the police showed up and took Magic Boy away. So not all of these I think Gumshoe's statements were all worth pressing. I don't think all these are for sure. You saw Maximilian Galactica heading towards the scene. You're sure of that? Without a doubt. He had on a silk hat, cloak, and a dumb white roses on his chest. How can you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high? That's enough. I think we all get the picture. Just one thing. You said that you ditched the clown. That's right, dress boy. Well, since you weren't with him, couldn't that mean the clown committed the crime? He's got a point. What a shame. It was a nice theory, but the clown can't be the culprit. Why is that? Here's absolute proof. A silk hat? This was found at the scene of the crime. It belongs to the defendant. Ah. Without question, he was wearing his signature hat during practice. If the clown was the murderer, there would be no reason for the hat to be at the scene. Well done, Miss Von Karma. Your prosecutional skills are unrivaled. Well done. See, she is a good lawyer when she wants to be. It's just a shame she uses all these dirty tactics. Thank you for stating the obvious, Mr. Wright. What do you have to say? Okay, I guess she's the boss again today. Here we go. Once practice was over, I left the tent with the stooge, clown. Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went back to the plaza entrance. I want to press this. Why the plaza entrance? Okay, I guess it's not as good as I thought it was. Do some thinking, of course. It's awfully cold out that night, especially with all the snow around. Wouldn't thinking in your nice, warm lodging house have been a better idea? Mr. Phoenix Wright, I think you should leave the thinking to the witness. But I'm a good thunker. At least my teachers always said I was. I feel so bad. That's when I saw Max heading towards the scene of the crime. Did you? Are you sure it was really Max Galactica? Of course I'm sure. How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby three-piece getup? Snobby three-piece getup? Get the wax out of your ears, lawyer. Nowadays, you're all like talking to a brick wall. Max three-piece getup. Geez, could you be any more dense? All together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Thank you. I've played through, officially now, 6 different cases across all my Phoenix Wright journey. 7. This is the biggest sham. I'm not saying a lot. It's just such a sham of a case. Nick, I think you should put a little bit more effort into preparing your questions. Sure. He was the only one heading that way. How could that punk not be the killer? I'm gonna press this too. Fuck you. You saw Max and only Max, right, Trilo? That's right. And that makes him the killer. There was only one person heading that way that night. That makes quite a bit of sense. Yeah, but if there's only one person heading that way, then like... wouldn't the victim be heading that way too? There's more to this story than meets the eye. Is there something amiss? Ben only saw Max. There's no proof. Well, I believe there's no real proof. It could have been someone dressed up as Max. Ben only seeing Max. But there's still that question that we were talking about earlier of like, why was he outside? I think we've already gone through this and like he's just gonna berate me again with the white rose thing. So let's just say Ben only saw Max. That's a bit strange, don't you think? What's strange? That you only saw Max? Doesn't it seem like you should have seen someone else as well? What? Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Who else do you suppose the witness could have seen? So I guess we have to pick profiles. So my 2 ideas, I didn't. By the way, I just want to say I'm not that good of a fucking lawyer. I wasn't actually at all thinking about this. So my idea would be one of these 2, Mo and Russell Berry. My idea would be Russell Berry because he just got hit with a bottle. So my thought process is that maybe he was telling on Max. I don't know. Let's present this. That's the victim. Am I gonna get this totally wrong here? That's correct. If Trila was at the entrance to the plaza, he should have seen the... That's what I said earlier, actually. I said that wouldn't the victim have gone there as well? I did say that. Okay, I am a good lawyer. We're fine. Obviously, the ringmaster arrived at the scene of the crime before the witness could have seen him. Anyone with sense could have figured that out. What are you talking about? The ringmaster and Max went together to the ringmaster's room. Is that, according to the defendant, a likely story? If Maximilian Galactica was supposed to be in the ringmaster's room, why was he just, as the witness stated, at the scene of the crime? I see. It seems that at this stage I have no reason to doubt the witness's testimony. And there is clearly no conclusive contradictions. He's right. A brilliant judgment, Your Honor. Now let's move along with the testimony. Trila wouldn't happen to have an ulterior motive for incriminating Max, would he? Well, Max is part of that bitter love triangle with Regina. That is true. Which is probably why Max conked him over the head. True. Nick, wasn't Ben the only one who got knocked over the head? Yeah, I think so. I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore either, Phoenix. Once practice was over, I left the tent with the stooge. I mean clown. So there's not really like... I don't know, it's like... There's not really like So we got that, yeah, we had that. Then the police showed up and took Magic Boy away. I don't know. I really don't know. So no, I don't think we can. Then the police showed up and took Magic Boy away. Sorry that I'm trying to figure all this out, guys, but it's racking my head right now. Wait, okay, were they still outside when the police showed up, or did they... 1 second. Or was this inside? Around what time did the police arrive at the scene? I suppose that would have been around... Hey, what time was it? I think it was around, I'd say, a bit after 10:30, I think. Practice ended at 10 p.m, so you hung around the lodging house your entire... Okay, I wasn't even thinking this, okay. I guess that sounds about right. Wasn't it awfully cold? I can't believe you just stand outside in that weather. Okay, I guess it is kind of what I was saying. Like, were they standing outside for the whole time? Well, the truth is, will you shut up, you big-nosed dope? Why are you telling him anything extra? This is a court case. This is a court case. Why are we presenting stuff? Why are we what are we presenting? Oh, sorry. I pressed the court record by accident. Why can't you believe that we just stand outside in this weather? Well, maybe you were waiting for someone. What? I can't believe I was like so worried there. I was actually drawing a blank. I was like, what are we presenting? Who said we were waiting for someone? Mr. Phoenix, right, we can do it without your offhanded theories. But this witness, he's cracking under the pressure already. I'm onto something. Mr. Wright, who do you suppose the witness was waiting out for in the cold tonight? Well, it would have to be Regina, right? It's the only person that's connected to the two of them, right? Well, if he was waiting outside in the cold, it was for one person. And one person only. He was waiting for the animal tamer, Regina. Oh my god, did he just explode? You were waiting outside for Regina to come back to the lodging house. Am I mistaken? Is this true? Well, you can't really ask me that question. Who cares who I was waiting for that night? What's important is what I saw. Don't you forget it. It is kind of important because it's the only thing that connects you and Max together, the actual suspect. The puppet may be a bit stiff, but he's right. Alright. There is obviously a reason why the witness was there that night. He spent all that time waiting for Regina to arrive. Moreover, Even if someone else would have walked right in front of him. I doubt he would have paid them a second thought. Am I right? Like, do you guys agree with me and say that that's not the best argument to make that Phoenix is making right now? Like, I get it, but I don't think it's the best argument to make at this moment. Like, I don't think that's a terribly strong argument. What did you just say? The witness saw the defendant at the scene of the crime. However, he did not see the victim on the way to his eventual demise. If you accept that, then you must accept that there is a high likelihood that he could have missed someone else other than... Oh, shit. There is absolutely no proof that the witness was waiting for the animal tamer. I guess you got me. Alright. I'll spill the beans for real this time. It's true, I was waiting for Regina. Don't volunteer things! Mr. Quist, tell us the truth this time. And I mean the whole truth. Were you or were you not waiting for Regina at the entrance of the lodging house? I hit the profile again. I was. I was waiting to propose to her, so we know about this. You were what? Waiting to propose? What's the matter? You think that humans have a monopoly on marriage? That's the matter of puppet marriage is not on review in this case. You're the judge. I mean, look at your horrible outfit. More pain. Thanks to your bumbling, my perfect plan is not so perfect anymore. So this is actually, I think this is actually a thing in all court systems. You don't volunteer information unless it's like siphoned out of you, or unless like you have to give it if you want to win a case. Unless, or it's going to help you. If there's any information that could harm you, you don't say it unless like they find it out, I suppose. I know it's a horrible thing to say, but that's like a tactic in actual court cases. Now we have to waste time getting to the bottom of some silly proposal by a puppet. Oh, we're doing a proposal? Okay, here we go. Don't be so surprised that I was going to propose to Regina. I even had something to give her. I kept it in my pocket waiting for the chance to propose to and give it to her. Of course, I also had it in my pocket that night. It was a present for her. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. Okay. You were going to propose. You, a puppet. Judge, just, let's not. Don't be so obtuse. Just because I'm a puppet doesn't mean I can't love. I guess you're right. Just because I'm old doesn't mean I couldn't propose to her too. What? What is happening? His honor is looking a little less honorable right now. I agree. Okay, Mr. Wright, please continue with your cross-examination. What is with that? At the end? About the proposal. Don't be so surprised that I was going to propose to Regina. I even had something to give to her. I kept it in my pocket waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her in the end. So let's see. Okay, let's read through this again. So don't be surprised that I was going to propose to Regina. I'm not at this point. I even had something to give to her. Okay, we'll press this. What was it exactly that you planned on giving to her? It's the ring, right? You know exactly what I was going to give to her, numbskull. The only thing I could find that matches Rena's beauty. Answer his question. What is it? You're going to die when you hear this. It's an engagement ring. Engagement ring? Wow, those two nearly fell out of their chairs. Mr. Phoenix Wright joke has gone too far. Time for this to end right here. Francesca's whip looks like it's almost about to lash out at almost anything. One hit from that thing will probably shut someone up for a long time. Pain equals bad, push on anyway. That's the best selection I've seen. That's the best. We'll push on anyway. It may be something of a joke, but this is a historic moment. The first time that a puppet has ever proposed to... I advise you to cut this argument short. I'm going to have to agree with the defense here. Will the witness please revise their testimony? Specifically about the engagement ring. I'd like to stick to the facts, not sociology. You sure do enjoy sweating the details, especially for a man in a black bathrobe. I plan on giving an engagement ring to Regina. So this, okay, so that's the second one. Plan on giving an engagement ring to Regina. I kept it in my pocket waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. In your pocket or Ben's pocket? Who's the Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Mine, of course. What a stupid question. You gotta be kidding me. You think Ben could pull that off? Sorry, guys. There's like a big shine coming through the window. It's really... sorry, I'm trying to like move my chair every once in a while to just get it out of my eyes. You don't have to apologize for that. He's the one who should be apologizing. Really? Of course, I always had it in my pocket that night. It was a present for her. Wait a second. Did we get that ring? We did get the ring. So where did we find this? A cheap ring with an eerie sparkle from T to R is engraved on it. I also had it in my pocket that night. It was a present for her. 1 second. Okay, let's go through this. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. No, you haven't got it in your pocket. So you're still thinking of trying to give it to Regina? Of course I am. I spent 3 months' salary on this thing. I'm not going to even give it up that easily. I wonder how much he receives for appearing in the circus. Probably way more than he deserves. How about it, Nick? I think it's about time to unwrap this toy's testimony. Yeah, we can do it. We can do it. So which one was it again? This one. Yes? Let's present the ring on this one. I think so anyway. Let's do it because we have the ring. From T to R. Truly, do you mind if I show you something? What is it? What are you talking about? Uh-oh. Looks like you're going to double team me now. Do you recognize this ring? Ah, that's mine. Give it back, thief. Didn't you just testify about this very object? I believe you said, in the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. Okay. So I think that what's happening here is that it's actually either he lost the ring and he's lying about it, or he gave her the ring. And I think that's more likely, right? Why then do I have it right here? What is going on here? That's... Ben, say something. Don't put me on the spot like that, Trilo. I found this in Money's room. Money's room? You mean the room they put the money? Like a bank vault? Ha, that filthy monkey is gonna get what's coming to him. What filthy monkey? Mr. Quist, I would prefer if you avoided slandering innocent fiats in my court. Well, Your Honor, Money really is a monkey. In every sense of the word. Oh yes, of course, I forgot about this. I see, well then. Money likes to go after the shiniest things that he can find and gather them up. Shiny things? Trilo, when was this ring stolen from you? Well, I suppose it was that time, you know, that night, the night of the crime? Okay. What did you just say? Details, I need more details. Well, it was stolen right after Max showed up in the plaza. Right about when you saw the defendant walk past, correct? Well, I guess you might, be able to say that. The ring might have, could have been taken around that time. Wait, what the fuck is happening? What the fuck is happening? Ben, what's with you? Oh, whatever. It has nothing to do with anything, especially not who committed the murder. It's not for you to decide what has to do with what. Now, Trilo, back to the topic at hand. What did you do when the ring was taken, Trilo? You know exactly what I did. I chased after that ring-snatching monkey Money. But you weren't able to catch up with him, were you? It's all this slow, loafy fool called Ben's fault. While he was fumbling his way through the snow, that dumb monkey was able to get away. That is indeed an incredible shame. Well, this does indeed prove one very important point. Prove an important point? Ben's testimony has a flaw, right? Right? Not that he doesn't exercise enough, I would love to pick that. There was a huge contradiction in the witness's testimony. Contradiction? The witness just testified to the following effect. Up until the police arrived, he didn't move from the entrance to the plaza. However, the witness just stated that he chased them after Money the monkey. When the witness was off chasing Money, there was no one watching the plaza. What is the meaning of all this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Where are you going with this little theory of yours? Well, we're gonna have to find out in the next episode, guys. That's actually gonna be a cliffhanger. I will see you guys very soon. This is for me as well.